We are extremely disappointed.
Developing nations slammed a global climate financing deal as woefully insufficient, as delegates at the COP29 summit in Baku adopted a $300 billion annual target on Sunday to help them deal with impacts of climate change.
I regret to say that this document is nothing more than an optical illusion. This, in our opinion, will not address the enormity of the challenge we all face.
The agreement was clinched in overtime at the two-week conference in Azerbaijan's capital. It commits rich countries to providing $300 billion a year by 2035 in climate financing. That's a boost from the previous deal of $100 billion annually by 2020. That earlier goal was met 2 years late in 2022 and expires next year. United Nations climate chief Simon Steele hailed the agreement as one that would keep the clean energy boom growing and urged developed nations to keep their promises this time.
It has been a difficult journey, but we've delivered a deal. This new finance goal is an insurance policy for humanity amid worsening climate impacts hitting every country. But like any insurance policy, it only works if premiums are paid in full and on time.
The summit cut to the heart of the debate over the financial responsibility of industrialized countries to compensate others for worsening damage from climate change after their historic use of fossil fuels caused the bulk of greenhouse gas emissions. It also laid bare divisions between developing nations reeling from costs of storms, floods and droughts, and wealthy governments facing tight domestic budgets and surging geopolitical tensions.
And yet we do feel that the result of today is actually exceptionally important. We are living in a time of truly challenging geopolitics, and we should simply not have the illusion that it will soon get better.
Negotiations had been due to finish on Friday, but ran into overtime as representatives from nearly 200 countries struggled to reach consensus. Some developing countries and island nations walked out briefly in frustration on Saturday. The final deal also failed to set out detailed steps for how countries will act on last year's climate summit pledge to transition away from fossil fuels and triple renewable energy capacity this decade.